Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a little bit different than my usual sit down videos. I'm way more casual. My hair's still soaking wet from my shower and I have a whole basket of laundry here I'm going to fold while I talk to you guys. I'm going to do like a laundry chat. I've seen a lot of YouTubers do these videos where they like fold some laundry or clean some dishes and like talk about a topic. So I think that's what I'm going to do today, and I'm kind of just going to do like a postpartum update for you guys. I haven't updated you guys in a long time. It was 3 weeks I think, and now I'm 3 months postpartum. So a lot has happened. There's a lot to update on, and I'm also going to just kind of jump into just postpartum in general, like tips, tricks, must-haves, things I think you should know. And I'm going to do a lot geared towards C-sections postpartum, just because I've only had C-sections, so I can't speak too much for like a natural vaginal birth and that postpartum, but a lot of things I'm going to talk about is just postpartum in general. Really has nothing to do with the way you gave birth. Some things are a little bit different though, but I'm going to just get into everything postpartum today. That's why I'm sporting my real postpartum gear. This is how I look 3 months. And I just don't have it together. So yeah, I'm keeping it real. Okay, so to start off with, I'm just gonna talk a little bit about myself and just what I've been going through for the past 3 months. Like I said, I think it's been since 3 weeks since I've updated you guys, so it's been a while. I'm having like the worst deja vu. Have I already like posted a video like this? Surely not. Okay, anyways. So I am 3 months postpartum and I feel really, really good. I don't feel 100% myself yet, but I feel 100% good, if that makes sense. So the only thing that's not 100% is my weight. I'm still holding on to a lot of weight I need to lose, and I'm working on that, and I'll tell you all about that in a minute. But other than that, I feel like a normal person again, pretty much. I'm obviously like super tired and busier, but that's just part of mom life, adding a baby to the family. But as far as just like my body and my mental state, I feel really, really, really good. I feel like I can do normal stuff again, and that's like the best feeling ever, to just like go out and do normal stuff and not have a huge stomach and just all the craziest stuff. So that's great. So I would say up until about 6 weeks, I felt pretty meh. I mean, just kind of like zombie-ish almost, just trying to like literally get day by day done. I was like struggling to get through the day, struggling to get through the night, just to get to another night that was exhausting, that kind of thing. Don't get me wrong, like I love it. I love being a mom of 2. It's so fun. But, you know, just the first 6 weeks, you're just trying to like fill out everything, and you're just like struggling a little bit just because you're also not feeling A1 and you have a new baby. It's just a lot. So up until about 6 weeks, I was trying to make it. I really didn't even think about my body or myself. I mean, obviously a little bit, because I was in like some pain. It's uncomfortable. I'm bleeding a lot, just that kind of stuff. But I really wasn't too concerned on like how I felt mentally or physically. And then about 6 weeks, I got to go to the doctor, and I got my 6-week checkup, and I looked great apparently, and I got cleared for everything, exercise, everything. And that was like a turning point in my recovery. I just felt so much better after I got the okay to be like a normal person again, basically. That's how it felt to me. So after that, I started weaning myself into exercising really slowly, walking more. At that point, my incision was still noticeable, but it wasn't painful. It just got a little aggravated if I did a lot that one day. But that's why I like slowly worked into exercising and walking more and stuff, just because I could feel it a little at the end of the day if I push really hard. But that's normal, and it was never painful after 6 weeks. Even now at 3 months, I still feel it a little bit if I do like a hardcore workout, but it's nothing like ow, ow, ow. It's just like, oh yeah, like I have an incision, like it's okay. Just take it a little bit slower for the rest of the day. Like that's all. So at this point, my incision feels great. It's healed. It looks like basically like scarred over, I guess. Like there's scar tissue now, and it's still really numb. And it's so aggravating because a few weeks ago the scar like started to form, and it was kind of itchy, but you couldn't itch it because it was numb, and it was just like, oh, a weird feeling. But other than that, the past few weeks I have not even really noticed it, to be honest. And I think it's going to probably stay numb for a while, because my first incision I had with my first son stayed numb till I had this one. Not numb in the traditional sense, but just like the nerves are not there all around it. So you can feel it, but not really. It's the most bizarre feeling, but that's how it's kind of feeling right now. So as far as weight goes, that's pretty much the biggest struggle I'm still having at 3 months. I still have like 20 pounds that I want to lose. I am weighing in at like 118-ish, and I usually weigh about 96-ish, and don't freak out, that's a healthy weight for me. I'm under 5 feet, so that's a totally normal healthy weight for someone my height, and it shows a lot when I have extra weight on me, just because I am so short and I have like a really petite frame. So anytime I gain like 2 pounds, someone's like, have you gained weight? So I'm super stressed out about losing the weight, and that has been the hardest part about this recovery. The first time I had my first son, I was 16, and I had little to no body fat when I got pregnant, and I only gained 20 pounds during that pregnancy because I was so sick. So, I mean, losing the weight the first time, I didn't even think about it. It just fell off, literally. Now, not that I'm like super old or anything, but my body's different, and it's definitely harder this time around, and I gained a lot more weight this time around. So I'm definitely having to work really hard to lose the weight, and it is pretty hard. It's pretty stressful, and it's definitely been the hardest part mentally for me. I'm just having like a hard time just adjusting to a lifestyle change to where I'm trying to lose weight, because I never really had to be healthy, which sounds horrible, because what does it matter if you look thin but you're not healthy and feeling good, you know? So I'm really glad that I'm being forced to kind of make a lifestyle change and watch what I eat and try and change my diet and just basically my lifestyle. I've cut out Cokes and Diet Cokes, and I've cut out just a bunch of processed foods, and I've just watched how much I'm eating and how many times, and just tried to cut out the horrible, nasty stuff that just doesn't make me feel good. I was on Weight Watchers, but it just really wasn't working for me because it just stressed me out, to be honest. I just feel like I wanted to make more of like a general lifestyle change, and I felt like I was just kind of substituting certain bad things for a little bit less bad things, but I wasn't really changing the foods I was eating. Like, instead of regular cheese all over my taco, I was just putting fat-free cheese all over my taco, and it's just like, it tastes worse, and I'm still eating the same thing. Like, I don't know. I just want to make like healthier choices and not put too much pressure on myself. So I'm basically just trying to eat more plant-based, more lean meats, white meat only, just stuff like that, trying to just do more veggies, more fruits, and cut out the Chick-fil-A and the Cheez-Its and the Diet Cokes. So that's what I'm basically doing. I'm also working out every single day, just because I really have learned to love it, and it makes me feel productive and just makes me feel really good to like sweat and do something, you know? So that has been something I've been doing for a few weeks now, and I have seen some progress. I think it's just gonna be slow, but surely, if that makes sense. But that is pretty much it for my postpartum. That's really what I'm dealing with right now, is my weight. So, I mean, I don't think I'm probably gonna update on it again, just because, I mean, there's really not much to update on. Maybe I'll update at like a year. So now talking about some postpartum tips and stuff that I have. I really wanted to start with a few things I think that you really just need to have. And all of these things are also in like my hospital bag video mainly. So I will link that down below if you want to watch that. If you're going to be having your baby soon, especially if you're going to be having a C-section, definitely go and watch that video because I show every single thing I took and I used almost all of it. So I'm really happy with my hospital bag selection. But anyways, these are things that I think that you definitely need if you're having a C-section, pretty much if you're just having a baby in general. I don't really think many of these are just C-section related. Okay, I think that something no one really talks about is the underwear. I mean, some people talk about it, but I didn't understand until I had my first C-section, and I remember this for this time, that anything touching my incision hurt. And I mean, like, it hurt pretty bad for like the first 3 weeks. So anything that would cut like right onto my incision, like pants that would sit right there, underwear especially that would sit right there, was a no-go, 100%. So I would suggest, first of all, using as many of the mesh underwear that the hospital will give you, just because it is the lightest, but it also like keeps everything together, keeps your pads where it needs to be, but you don't even know it's on really, if that makes sense. So if you like that underwear, ask for extras to bring home. That's what I did because that was my favorite underwear. But I also ordered some postpartum underwear off Amazon, and if you see my hospital bag video, I show them. But it has a really thick band on the top and goes up over my belly button, and they're not like the most cute or flattering or anything, but you will not care. And I wore those for the first literally like full month every single day. So you just do not want anything sitting on your incision, and you're also gonna want like a little bit of pressure just to keep things where they need to be, if you know what I'm saying, because you're gonna feel really loosey-goosey right after you have your baby. So I would just suggest getting mindful of the underwear you're gonna be wearing. Along with that is like the clothes that you're gonna wanna wear. Prepare for that. I luckily did this time around. But I wore a robe like 99% of the time for the first month. Even in the hospital, I would say that's all I really wore was a robe and a bra and then underwear. So, I mean, I would suggest highly having a robe. I'm just a robe person too, so maybe you're not. But if not, make sure you get just some like nightgowns or dresses that are really flowy, just because wearing like pants might just not be the most comfortable. And if you are just like, you have to be wearing pants, I know like I'm kind of like that. You need to just, like I said, same with the underwear, get high-waisted and just don't let anything be, you know, hitting real low where the incision is, just because, I mean, that's going to really aggravate your incision site. Also, if you're just like regularly postpartum, I would probably say get high-waisted in general just to hold everything in, because we all feel a little bit loose in our stomach area right after giving birth. I mean, that's completely normal. So something to like hold it in made me feel like way more confident. And yeah, so just be mindful of like the clothes that you're gonna wear when you come home in the hospital. Don't just like wear your normal stuff. You're going to need some stuff to go over that area. Also, the nurses at my hospital gave me warm packs, and basically I could just like sit them on my incision. You can also do cool packs, but for me, like warm just felt best. I don't know, like cool did not feel that great. I don't know. But I think either would be great. Just depends on what you prefer. But just a heating pad or those little heat packs. I think you can even buy them at a drugstore, because I wanted more when we got home, and my husband went out and got some. So just something like that really helped it whenever I had already taken my medication, but I needed a little extra relief. That was perfect. Also, a boppy. Now this is perfect for any mom, especially breastfeeding moms, but this is especially good for C-section moms, and you don't really realize, but holding your baby like this puts a lot of pressure on your stomach area, and it can really start to hurt. So I would suggest a boppy so that you can support yourself even when you're just holding your baby, especially if you're nursing, just whatever, you're gonna want something there to support it so you're not really using these muscles or just this area and aggravating it. Okay guys, Foster woke up and he's starving, so he's gonna join us for the remainder of this video. But the next thing that I think you should know if you're having a C-section that actually affected me is gas. And I don't know why, maybe this isn't that common, but this was like a big deal to me when I was in the hospital. It was like really painful. Apparently when they cut you open, like a bunch of air goes in your body and it can get trapped as like gas basically. And day 2 in the hospital, I immediately just had this like really sharp pain in like my upper back and my chest. And I mean, I thought I was having a heart attack. And it was like one of the most painful things I've ever experienced, which sounds like so dramatic, but it was very painful. And I told my nurse, she gave me something and said that it was probably just air and gas trapped up in my chest, but I did not know that that was a thing that I should be concerned with at all. And yeah, I mean, it hurt, guys. I'm not trying to like scare anybody, but I definitely wish I would have known that ahead of time. Also, you cannot take a bath for 6 weeks, and baths are like my thing. I have to take a bath like every single night to like just relax. Sometimes I take 2 a day. I don't know. It just is my thing. Like, have my bath salts, my bubble bath, and just like relax, watch YouTube, read a book. And I could not do that for 6 weeks, and that was so stressful. I mean, I would also just tell someone to accept the help, because at first I would just have this mindset like, oh, I'm fine. Like, I can do it all. Like, I feel great. Like the first 3 days. Then I came home and it hit me like a ton of bricks. The pain and just the soreness, just the lousiness of just my whole body. It just felt like, and I wish I would have taken it slower, because I don't think it would have hit me so hard. I would just say accept the help. You need it all. No matter how you gave birth, you need the help, guys. You're not going to feel 100 and you're going to have a brand new baby, and you're just going to need the help. So accept it. Don't try and do it yourself. Don't try and do everything, because it's hard. It's impossible, truly. I mean, you're going to want the help. Also, if you've had a C-section, remember that it's a major surgery. Everyone always told me that, and I was just like, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, okay. But guys, it really is, and my body felt it this time. And next time, if I have another C-section, I will take that into consideration and prepare more for the pain I'll be in. And I'm not trying to scare anyone. It's not like the most painful thing. But I mean, it's a lot of pain and it's a lot of soreness, and it takes a long time to get through it and to feel normal again. And I just felt like, oh, in a week I'll be back to myself. No, that's not how it worked out. In a week I felt better than I did the week before, but you just have to take it a day at a time. And remember that your body did just go through a lot, and treat it well. Don't push yourself too hard, because your body went through a lot. Even if you don't feel like it, even if you felt like, oh, everyone has C-sections, like it's not that crazy. Your body's going through a lot, and every time you have a C-section, it goes through more and more. So keep that in mind and keep yourself prepared before you ever have one. And I know you can't always prepare for a C-section, and you can't always prepare for what will happen. Even if you have a vaginal birth, your body is going through a lot. To carry a baby, birth it, and then you're going home with it, taking care of a newborn. I mean, like, it's a lot of work. So I would just suggest to treat yourself kindly and make sure that you are accepting help. I'm gonna unfold something I just folded, because you're getting it everywhere, buddies. So that would be like my biggest piece of advice, is just to be nice to yourself and not to push yourself too far too soon, because that can be the worst thing for you long term. And I'm really glad that I had people telling me, like, slow down, go to bed, rest, relax. You know, don't try and go to Target today. You're 3 days postpartum. You know, like, I wanted to be normal so badly immediately, and I wish I just would have, like, experienced postpartum for what it is. Even though it's not the best feeling, it's something that your body needs. It's just to relax and be postpartum. So let yourself do that. I really wish that I could go back and do that. And if I ever have another baby, I will remember that. But that's pretty much all I have for today. I really had a lot more, but this video is going to take forever. So if you want like a part 2 of more things you should know, I have more things you should know. So let me know down below. But that's pretty much all I have to say. Do you want to show them how big you are? So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you got a little bit of something out of it. Definitely let me know down below any more videos that you want to see. Make sure you hit thumbs up if you like this kind of video. And I will definitely be doing more. And we will see you guys in my next video. Bye!